What's up, guys? It's our wrestling podcast coming back at you with another episode. This is Dave Vicious along with Justice Little Package and Craig the British Bulldog, bringing you our perspective on the world of professional wrestling. No inside sources, no ties to the industry, just stories from the diehards, sharing opinions with you. Today's topic: what happened to Don Muraco? For audio fans, give us a listen. Give us a listen on Apple, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And for video, check us out on YouTube at Our Wrestling Channel. You can also look to the left for several other video and audio options. Or, you can always just give us a follow on Instagram at O.W.P 2019 or on Facebook at Our Wrestling Podcast.
Or just go, fuck yourself. And I challenge any of you dolts out there to do a Don Muraco impression, because we were trying to do a Don Muraco impression and I can't do it. And Craig even played a video and I still don't know how to approach it.
Yeah.
Don Muraco.
Yeah, a little inside baseball. Yeah, Jess said, what is a Don Muraco impression? Like, have we ever done one? It's like, it's Superstar Billy Graham. And there's like, no, Superstar Billy Graham was his manager. And that's why we thought we played a couple promos and he has this very strange hybrid of
it's generic, it's so generic I can't mock it. I can't copy it. I don't know why.
It's any oos that's going on right now. It's 1/3 oos, 1/3 Jimmy Snuka, and then a third Superstar Billy Graham because he says brother. He said brother like 10 times. So you're not wrong by doing a Billy Graham impression, but you got to Hawaiian it up and make it more Don Muraco and deeper and more steroidy.
When he was a heel and he was with Albano and Fuji and all that stuff, he was very laid back. He wasn't that animated. And then the promo that we watched was when he came back in 88 and late 87 when he was really roided up and he was a good guy. And he was just trying to summon the charisma of Billy Graham and Hogan and everybody rolled into one.
Right. Yeah.
Well, another guy. I don't know. I've been on this kick lately. So we've already released the Adonis. By the time you see this, we will have already released the Bundy. What happened to? I got on this weird 80s kick of villains. And I know Muraco briefly was the face here, but I mean, he was a big villain in the early 80s. And he was former Intercontinental Champion 2 times, I believe, and feuded with Pedro Morales, Tito Santana. There's a forgotten pocket of pro wrestling that I think people forget about. The Adonises, the Bundys, the Don Muracos from when I first started watching wrestling in
the territorial heels.
Yeah,
right?
I started watching wrestling in the late 80s, early 88, late 87. So all the videos that I rented before from 93, 94, 95, 96 were all with Muraco and Bundy and Adrian Adonis. And they're just, nobody talks about them anymore. And The Rock is in the Hall of Fame, but he should be because he's a legend. He legitimately has a fucking amazing career, and he fought some of the biggest names in the business. And
we're burying the lead. The dude's name was The Rock before The Rock.
The Rock, yes. He was The Rock, Don Muraco, when he came back as a face in 87, 88.
And if you do not think that The Rock had some kind of nod or whatever to this guy and his heritage and his swagger and being The Rock,
had to. Had to. Yeah, to get that nod. So
even though his first name was Rocky, I'll grant that. But there's still an homage to The Rock. I'll give you that. It was actually his name and not just his nickname. Fair enough. Yes, they had nothing in common and they never met. And
who knows?
Muraco was never from Hawaii. He was from Nebraska.
2 different professions.
Well, Don was born in 1949 in Sunset Beach, Hawaii. That sounds like a rough living.
Nebraska.
He had an athletic background in football and with some amateur wrestling going on.
Let me tell you something, Nebraska, brother. I don't know. I can't do it. I still can't. I'm going to try all
shucking that corn all day, brother.
He's really into the local culture and the Hawaiian grit that shaped his in-ring persona. When he broke into the territories, it was in the early 1970s via Vern Gagne's AWA camp and early work in championship wrestling.
Hey, Don Muraco's, come on over, because Vern had a list. Come on over, Don Muraco's. Come on to the territory.
So we're talking Florida, Pacific Northwest Wrestling, and Georgia Championship Wrestling. The discussion of the rough and tumble
You guys should
territories.
muscles. I like you. You should join my wrestling federation. My son's going to be champion, but I think
that... Can you believe that Vince McMahon Jr. is going to try to run his own ship?
Hulk Hogan doesn't know a wrist lock from a wristwatch.
That's so terrible. There's nothing wrong with Vern Gagne and his lisp. I'm sorry if people have a lisp out there.
Yeah,
I call everybody idiots for not following us and whatever. But if you have a lisp, I apologize. We shouldn't do that.
Cody's coming. Cody's definitely coming after you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Cody's got too much positive shit going for him. I don't feel bad for him at all.
Man, he's all right. He's doing okay. Cody's doing.
Oh yeah, Cody has a little bit. Yeah, sorry.
He does.
I was like, why is Cody coming after me? Yeah.
It's funny. You barely hear it. He does such a good job. So
No.
He's got one. He's got a list. Yeah, so he had early feuds with Paul Orndorff and Dusty Rhodes. It's a pretty good company to be in. He had a unique style.
Muraco, why don't you come to my territory over there? We'll do a great program.
Why don't you come to my territory?
Dusty, I'd be honored to come to yeah. But the early 80s.
I'd be honored, brother.
The late 70s, early 80s, you just said, right, Dave? Like, that's how fucking long this guy was going at it.
Yeah, 100%. His style was like a unique blend of power moves, but he was surprisingly agile for a bigger man, especially at these times. He could really go, 100%. He arrived in WWF in 1981. Vince Sr. actually recruited him. This is well before VKM actually got a hold of everything.
Not too long before Dave, my old man, will fall.
Not too long. Yeah,
he's in the past. I'll take it from him.
He had immediate impact in alignment with a heel manager called the Grand Wizard. That has a lot of problems for me, but okay.
What, Grand Wizard is a manager?
Yeah, okay. Wins his first Intercontinental Championship
wizard
from.
He wasn't the Grand Wizard. He had like a.
He had a magical
Tiger Ali kind of thing, beret, like in Punch Out.
Yes.
That he was, and it was weird glasses, like almost like the glasses Cuz wears to the podcast. It was very funny. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It was good.
So calm down.
We can move on. That's what we can do. Yeah. He wins his first.
And then he wore this like hood, and then like a full-on robe, and then he would hang out flyers. It was fun. We might have to cut this out.
Listen,
that's gonna get.
I'm joking.
It's Dave's fault.
Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
Totally Dave's fault.
Hey, don't you open it? No one thought of it until you just brought it up.
Okay. Like you didn't write this and go, that's a problem.
No.
Get him,
all right.
Yeah, get him.
You didn't write it, Craig.
That's right.
Just did.
That's right, Dave. Tell him. Craig, tell him. Dave, tell him.
He's like, Craig, tell him. Dave, tell him.
You're both
he's
right.
like, get him.
You're both right, and so
fucking rock and soccer robots right here. Get him.
I've never.
All right.
You know I'm not a racist.
He, not the Grand Wizard, but Don Muraco did win his first Intercontinental Championship from Pedro Morales.
Say it, David. Say it.
1981. No thanks. I will not say it.
Yeah,
Pedro Morales.
Listen, this is in the early years of the IC title. Beat Pedro Morales, by the way, who was already World Heavyweight Champion by that point, too.
The referee. He will. Let's count 1, 2, and 3. Woo! I don't know, fans. It looks to be. Maybe the unexpected has happened. We have what seems to be a new champion. There it is. Muraco has the belt.
Right. That was a big name, bro, to take it off. So
I met
Pedro
Morales in the year 2000.
You did.
And I had a great conversation.
Did you really? I
bought him
in Vegas or what?
Yep, I bought him in Vegas. I bought him a Corona.
Yeah.
He was the nicest motherfucker ever.
Oh, man.
I had to call my dad right afterwards, too, because my dad grew up with, like, those big names, too. And, like, I was like, I just met Pedro Morales. He's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah. He's like, what's he doing there? I was like, I don't know if I think he did Spanish commentary for WCW maybe at the time or something like that. Like,
probably,
I can't remember. But, yeah, I bought him a Corona, and he was awesome. He was great.
He would drop and regain the belt in feuds with Pedro Morales and Tito Santana. He's a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. He defended the title in highly physical storytelling-driven matches that elevated that belt's prestige. It's just a snarky, arrogant, laid-back delivery, intense in-ring brutality. That does definitely change the way the IC title goes. You call it the workers' title, and it's not that Muraco couldn't work, but that's a big dude carrying the IC title. You don't see that as much anymore. Like Gunther carrying the IC title was kind of big because that was a big dude, right, carrying that title. It's very similar to that. You bring more prestige to that when somebody like that can carry it for a long time.
I know they embellish weight in wrestling, but Muraco had to walk around at like 295. Like he was he was a big monster. Like he might have been 300. Like the Muraco was big. Yeah.
He was a big dude. And he wasn't very tall.
But a normal stocky guy. Like he's got Islander in him, and like he was fucking wide, man. Big shoulders, big barrel chest.
Craig, what were you bringing in?
No, I was just saying it was before, like, wasn't the modern IC title look, but like, I mean, Vince loved his big guys, and even IC was known as the workers kind of belt. Like there was a template or a blueprint for wrestlers here, and they were all stocky, big. So even though he was kind of shorter than most, but he was a big dude. So like even IC champs were just as big.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. There you go. So the influence that he had there, he helped solidify the Intercontinental Championship as that workhorse title, a role later filled by legends like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Randy Savage. I guess that's where I'm kind of getting the smaller builds, right? And he paved the way for heels who could be both brutal and entertaining. The feuds that we talk about, Muraco versus Jimmy Superfly Snuka was one of the most emotionally charged rivalries in the early 80s. It was built on like stark contrast, the powerful smug heel versus the wild, unpredictable fan favorite. I will say this, Jimmy was definitely unpredictable in real life as well, and we can move on from that.
He was fine.
He was. October 17th, 1983 is a big nostalgia setup for the Madison Square Garden cage match. Muraco retains his Intercontinental title in a violent brawl inside a steel cage.
And that's when Snuka did the big splash off the cage. Mick Foley was there.
Yeah. The fantastic thing about that, we always see Snuka climb the cage and deliver that splash. You always assume he wins, but
he
you're
right.
Win.
I think I saw that in a documentary too, where everyone's like, everybody thinks that because it shows the power of the promotion and, you know, replaying the moments, and everybody thought Snuka won. It's like, no, he lost.
See,
and then
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he got Muraco back in there. Muraco defended his belt, and then he drug him back in there and did the splash from the top of the cage.
Oh,
quite a self-induced Mandela effect, isn't it? Yeah, that's interesting.
Totally.
You just assume
we did the Mandela effect, and that should have been one when none of us called it out. Like it's a lot. Everybody thinks that Snuka won that match. Yeah.
Superfly with another vicious headbutt. The door is open, and Muraco's outside. He's called to the arena. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Muraco must have called for the door to be open as Superfly came with that vicious headbutt. Muraco went upside down backwards. Oh no, that was an accident that Muraco was able to get out of that.
And we can just simply say, like, that move was the Foley falling off the cage in Hell in the Cell. It was the precursor to all that, and the precursor to all TLC and all the hardcore stuff. Like, you just hadn't seen anything like that before from a splash from that point.
Yeah.
And now it's just like you see it every day. But like, my God, that moment back then.
But people that have talked about that moment,
Square Garden, which was the Mecca. It was just this big moment.
Right, and to your point, Craig, people have talked about this moment that are famous wrestlers now that inspired them. Mick Foley, Bubba Ray, Tommy Dreamer. They talk about that match, and that got them into wrestling. To your point, it really inspired a lot of famous wrestlers.
And back then, not like it didn't give. That ring did not give. Like you were just done. Like
because VKM didn't give a shit until he took a bump on it. And he said, "Let's soften this up, brother."
Yeah,
I don't think he said brother, but he's like, "Hey, we need to soften this.
Let's soften it up, pal."
The culture impact of this match, it helped push wrestling into the mainstream. And there's a lot of things here that we can talk about. Jess, I think you're going to put something in here. But in the later WWF career, after his Intercontinental reigns, Muraco transitioned into a more comedic and face role. He was managed by Mr. Fuji, often seen doing bizarre or hilarious.
It wasn't even a face. Like, he was still a heel here, and then they started doing Fuji Vice.
And those eating a massive sandwich while cutting promos.
Yeah, he would start eating sandwiches while cutting promos and just fucking mouthful, which is hilarious. And then they did these Fuji Vice things on TNT. Before primetime, there was a show called WWF TNT, and it would be
lovely.
But they would air it on syndicated TV too, and it was a fucking skit of Miami. It was like Miami Vice, but it was Fuji and Muraco, and they were terrible, but it was great. Like, they'd be like, "Do you think that she might have murdered her husband?" Like, it's just fucking the best, and they're trying to deliver actual dramatic lines. It's really fucking great.
You better have a clip, bro. You better have a clip
for sure. Like, and fuck YouTube, because I would love just to play a clip from it. Like, Fuji Vice, people still talk about to this day.
There's the look I love so much, and you do love me, or you wouldn't have taken it for me, like you did at the nurse's station. Now prove you love me with a kiss.
Go home and kiss your wife.
You know I'd only only be thinking of you. She doesn't understand me. I can't be myself with you. I need you, Louise. We've got so much going for us. Don't let that fact that I'm going back to my wife spoil a good thing for both of us.
Like, it's ridiculous. It's just
he did eventually drop Fuji, and he turned face, by the way, on this.
Yes. And so, Superstar Billy Graham was supposed to make a comeback in late 87 and be part of Hulk's Survivor Series team at the first.
But his body broke down.
And then his hip went out on him again or whatever. So they staged where the one-man gang and Butch Reed, I think that was it, crippled Superstar. They like put him out of action, but he really had to go back and get his hip worked on again. And so his in-ring corrections over. That. And then The Rock came out and saved him. And The Rock at this time, that's where he got the nickname The Rock at this point. He was The Rock.
He got repackaged as The Rock, right?
Yeah, before he was Magnificent Muraco, then he gets repackaged as The Rock. And he was on steroids, like, at this point. I'm not saying he didn't do it before, but before he was a little bit chubby. So I think he did roids before, but he at least tried to get like slimmer here a little bit. And he was gigantic.
I would say like, roids and water pills.
He had veins like water hoses, like running through like his chest.
Like the shoulders. Yeah,
he was huge.
Those
when you're getting
veins
veins through the shoulders and traps, you're like, you're woo, bro. So this, like you said, he because of this and associated with Superstar, he participated in major events like WrestleMania 4, in the WWF Championship Tournament and Survivor Series in 1987. He was a big guy, but Muraco was that big man to do things you would expect from smaller wrestlers. His blend of power moves and psychology influenced later wrestlers like Randy Orton and The Rock. Dwayne even took his rename partially as a tribute. His post-WWF work, he did some brief stuff in ECW as a top heel. That was actually Eastern Championship Wrestling before it became Extreme, as a top heel and champion there. He promoted wrestling in Hawaii, Hawaiian Championship Wrestling. He appeared in shoot interviews, known for honest reflections and dry wit. He has his own YouTube channel where he gives a no-nonsense take on wrestling, past and present. I bet that's interesting. He probably doesn't like the flippy dips. Just taking a guess. How about why he's underrated? He's often overshadowed by flashier peers like Hogan, Savage, and Piper.
Well, and he feuded with Hulk too. Like when he was a heel before the Fuji thing, like he was instrumental. He was the one that held Hogan's arms when Bundy attacked him to set up the main event WrestleMania 2. It was Don Muraco that was facing Hogan on Saturday night's main event, and he held Hulk's arms against the poles while Bundy did the avalanche on him.
Fantastic,
Muraco feuded with Hulk too. Like they had a feud as well.
Yeah, but he always delivered good matches in the ring, and he always delivered on the mic. And
he was a good hand for sure.
He's a fan. Yeah, he's a foundational figure of a hand. To your point, Craig, and a mid card, where you're making mid card and undercard titles matter, right? So that's a big deal. So where is he now? Right, he resides in Hawaii. He's enjoying his retirement. Happy to say that he's still kicking. He's doing okay.
I regrettably, I was shocked when I heard that when we were talking about it before we started filming, and that I love that. Any wrestler that survives it and doesn't have to rely still on the business and is doing his own thing, like I love it, man. Go out your own way and do your own thing.
But he is active with interviews. He does opinion pieces and commentary, and he does do occasional appearances at conventions and does some old school wrestling events and things like that. So. And the picture that Jess provided here was with Captain Lou Albano, and I believe that's the Intercontinental Championship.
That is the Intercontinental Championship.
It's not a bad title, but we love the Eagle version, the other Eagle version of it, I guess. But that's still pretty cool, and you can kind of see the difference here. He was big, but he wasn't water pill veiny in this picture.
And
he's just naturally huge dude.
I don't remember what his finisher was when he was a heel. Shame on me. But when he came back as that face run that we were talking about in late 87, early 88, his finishing move was the Tombstone.
I didn't know.
It was the Tombstone.
Wow. Was it really?
Yeah, he did the Tombstone Pile Driver in the late 87, early 88. I can't remember if he
just strikes me as a bear hug, full Nelson guy.
I don't remember what his I'm ridiculous that I didn't do that research. I don't remember what his finisher was when he was IC champion and all that. But he used the Tombstone Pile Driver as a finisher in late 87, early 88 when he was a face.
What does that tell you about being ahead of your time too?
Yeah.
I gotta look it up now.
He would murder prelims.
Right. It still says
he called it the Hawaiian Hammer, and then he did an Asian Spike, which is a thumb chokehold.
That was funny,
but it was a thumb
heel.
to the throat. Yeah, so
that's an Oos thing. My gosh,
Yeah,
dude, he was the
100%.
King Oos.
Yeah, he did they call it the Asiatic spike.
I believe he went in the Hall of Fame in 2004.
Oh.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure.
Gosh, over 20 years ago, he's in the Hall. He's still kicking. So
whoops.
yeah, man, that's Don Muraco. I mean, you gotta go back and kind of look at those things. I would definitely go back and look at that Jimmy Snuka cage match. I think that's a gem you should check out. So just one of many things you could look up for Don Muraco. But
It was he went in the Hall of Fame in 2004.
Know your history, people.
Get it together.
So I just had to cheat and look it up.
For audio fans, give us a listen on Apple, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, or watch our videos on YouTube at our Wrestling Channel. And you can look to the left for whatever options suit your fancy for audio and video. And please give us a follow on Instagram or on Facebook, whatever tickles you. You know, it's all good. For the O.W.P, this is Dave, Jess, and Craig signing off. Have a good one.
Oh, shut up! Not you, them.
All right, I'm with you.